Hello, Pony, it's Lotus Moon. I've got one doozy of a reading for all of you today. The next reading comes from Evictus. Oh, sweet Celestia, I was thrown for a loop with this one. This story is called Jealousy, and, well, as I guess you saw by the thumbnail, it involves Twilight Sparkle. This does seem kind of, I don't want to say petty, but really more like her throwing a tantrum over this. But I won't spoil any more than that. Without further ado, let's go. Jealousy. Written by Evictus. Getting jealous. Twilight was alone in her castle as all her friends were out somewhere without her, as she told them they could go ahead without her. She didn't need to worry about getting bored, as she had plenty of books to read, or she could exercise as well. As she stayed there, she heard a noise, but she ignored it as it was probably just her imagination. She heard it again a few moments later. She walked downstairs to investigate. When she got down there, she entered the kitchen and was surprised to see Cadence was there. She wondered why Cadence didn't knock, but she shrugged off the concern as she went over to talk to her. "Oh, good. Twilight, you're here. Listen, I need to ask you to do a favor for me, as Shining Armor and I need a few hours to ourselves. Can you?" Kaden started to say, but before she could finish, Twilight cut her off as she objected to watch Flurry Heart. She looked at Flurry Heart with disgust. "Why do I have to watch Flurry Heart? Why can't you or Shining Armor take her where you two go and watch her there? You're her mother. He's her father." Twilight exclaimed, as she wasn't sure if she really wanted to watch Flurry Heart. She wasn't thrilled by the prospect of watching her. "We've been watching her, and we need a break. Look, we know how much trouble you had with her last time, but please do it for me," Cadence said. Cadence gave Twilight Flurry Heart, but before she left, Twilight muttered something under her breath. Cadence stopped and turned around. "What did you just say about Flurry Heart?" Cadence asked with an eyebrow raised. Twilight knew she shouldn't have said it under her breath, as Cadence was already angry at her for how she had ranted about Flurry Heart because she was jealous that she was born an Alicorn while she wasn't. "I said, why the hell wasn't I born with wings, yet Flurry Heart was born an Alicorn? That's not what's supposed to happen. The status of an Alicorn was earned by me, and yet Flurry Heart was born a natural Alicorn. It's not fair," Twilight said. "Are you seriously saying that you're jealous of Flurry Heart because you weren't an Alicorn till Celestia made you one?" Cadence asked. Twilight nodded while glaring at her as she confirmed Cadence's guess. "That's stupid, Twilight. She's a baby. She couldn't help it that she was an Alicorn naturally born. We had no choice about what the species that Flurry Heart was going to be. Flurry Heart isn't going to get special treatment," Cadence began to say to Twilight, but was interrupted. "Yes, she is. And even if she doesn't deserve a throne, she will still get one. I earned the status of an Alicorn, and I earned my throne. All she did was pop out of you," Twilight ranted. Cadence was hurt that Twilight was saying this about Flurry Heart. "Twilight, why are you being so jealous over that? She's just a baby. It sounds like you're blaming me. I had no control of what my foal was going to be. You're being pathetic, Twilight. Flurry Heart will get the same treatment as you, so knock it off," Cadence said. Twilight closed her door and locked it. Twilight sat in her room while seething in anger, though Cadence did have a point. She started to think that maybe she was just overreacting about it, And she also thought that maybe Cadence wasn't going to give special treatment to Flurry Heart, and she was just overreacting to Flurry Heart being born in Alicorn. She was still angry about it, though she earned her right to be an Alicorn, while Flurry Heart didn't, as Flurry Heart didn't do anything aside from being born, other than the fact that she's just a baby, so she doesn't deserve to be an Alicorn. It just didn't seem fair to Twilight, and Twilight hoped that Cadence wouldn't tell Celestia about what she said. She didn't want to watch Flurry Heart either, as she would just get angrier about it. Suddenly, Cadence knocked on her door, and Twilight allowed her into her room. Cadence looked at Twilight and spoke. Listen, Twilight, don't let a simple thing like this upset you. So what if she's an Alicorn? It's nothing to get jealous over. We didn't know why Flurry Heart was born an Alicorn, but we aren't going to get angry about it like how you're angry right now, Cadence said. Twilight realized that Cadence had a point, and she sighed as she realized how ridiculous she was acting. You're right, Cadence. I'm sorry for acting the way I was over Flurry Heart. I didn't realize that Flurry Heart couldn't help it, as she's just a baby, and she couldn't help it that she was born that way. I was wrong for acting like that, and I hope you can forgive me, Twilight said, and Cadence nodded. I do forgive you. There was no reason to act like that, and I'm glad you realized that. I'll tell Shining Armor that you're not angry now, Cadence said. Cadence told Shining Armor that Twilight felt better, which he was happy about. Twilight and Cadence left the room, and Twilight agreed to watch Flurry. As Twilight watched Flurry Heart, she had more fun than the last time watching her, when Flurry Heart got into trouble, but now she wasn't going into the same amount of trouble she was last time while she liked. After a while, Cadence and Shining Armor came back and they thanked Twilight. Twilight said bye to her relatives and they left. Twilight smiled as she hoped to watch Flurry Heart again because she loved Flurry Heart so much and she promised herself to never get jealous. She looked at a picture of Flurry Heart in her photo album and realized just how much she appreciated Flurry Heart. And that was Jealousy, written by Evictus. Alright, everybody, I want to apologize, really apologize for, at certain parts of the reading, my voice seemed to have caved in on me. I think I might be losing my voice a bit due to the change in weather. I've also been sleeping with the window open, so maybe I might be catching a bit of a cold, but I really don't know. And I deeply also want to apologize for all the noise in the background. Trust me, I will be more than happy when the foam comes to the sound box. I have the box right here next to me, and I have it all set up to get the foam, and I'm also treating it like a case for my speaker, or rather my mic, so when I'm not using it, all I really have to do is just close and seal off the box and just pull it out when I'm ready to use it again. It'll make things so much easier. Alright, Pony, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I want to wish you all a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night wherever you are, every pony. Good night.